Greetings. Today's a very rainy day, so I have to really do this video in the vehicle. But it's really on my heart to share this message with you concerning how you can pleasure yourself in the mirror to achieve your every desire. And if you're carnally minded, you will think that I am speaking about what you know masturbation to be. But when you go more deeper within and you understand yourself psychologically and spiritually, then you will understand where I'm really coming from. Now, most people always do themselves a disservice in the mirror instead of a service. Okay? And they do themselves also a displeasure instead of a pleasure in the mirror, because when they get in front of the mirror, they look for something to criticize about themselves instead of looking for something to love about themselves. For example, if you're male, you can go in front of the mirror and do shadow boxing and enjoy yourself and cultivate that mood of happiness, joy, peace, fulfillment, and so on. And then you use that same opportunity right in the mirror to look straight into your soul by looking straight into your eyes and do your affirmations. Or you can look straight in the mirror and use your imagination towards that which you desire to manifest in this world. Also, some of the most sensitive areas around your head area, you can touch those areas in a very playful way. Just having fun. You can start to appreciate your ears a little bit more, knowing this is very sensitive and so on. You can play with your ears and laugh in the mirror, and then you use that opportunity to visualize, or you use that and when I say visualize, you do not have to always close your eyes. You can keep your eyes wide open and visualize right there. Because what you're doing, you are creating a feeling that would impress your subconscious mind. And because your subconscious mind do not know the difference between truth or lie, or good or evil, anything that you impress upon your subconscious mind and you receive that feeling, because of the way how your body is structured and the way how your nervous system works. You being a supercomputer, your mind, I should say, is like a supercomputer. It is the infinite intelligence that you're working with. It is the law of, energy transmutation you're working with. And because that law is precise, whatsoever you sow, that is what you will also reap. The plants, the animals, everything abide by this same kind of law. But it is that same sexual energy that you're always using daily. And you're transmuting that energy into your reality. So my brother and my sisters, you have your two eyes. You have your eyebrow. You have your eyelashes. You have your nose. You have your ears. You have your mouth. You have your throat. You have the side of your neck, the two sides of your neck. You have the back of your neck right here. All these areas are areas for you to experiment with. Touch yourself in these areas. Go back to a time when you may have had someone even in your life. Someone, that you would have, appreciated dearly, probably in a relationship. It could be even a sexual relationship, and think back about that. But use the opportunity to create your reality consciously, not to lust. You see, most people cannot control the dopamine in the brain. That is why people get hooked on pornography, and they get addicted to OnlyFans and all of these things, and they just waste their money to these women, especially on OnlyFans, to these women who are living their life lavishly. But my brother and my sisters, you must use this energy wisely and creatively and consciously and become a conscious and a deliberate creator, knowing how to, create your every desire. So have fun in the mirror. You see, whenever I use the word masturbation, I'm speaking about pleasure in yourself, and that's not the only way you pleasure yourself. I'm just using the word masturbation because masturbation, okay, is taking place psychologically and spiritually, but most people only understand it physically. And so, if you look at the amount of money being generated through the pornography industry, then you will understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm saying to you that in your body you carry a currency. And this currency goes all the way back to the sexual energy. But the sexual energy is the same energy that gives you the feeling of joy, peace, and happiness, and so on. When you're told that when you're in heaven, you'll be feasting on milk and honey, where you think you're going to find the milk and honey? It is within you. You have to understand Jacob's ladder to be the seventh chakra, and understand it to be the backbone. Okay? And you have 33 bones of the vertebra. Okay? And they use that symbol which they call the caduceus, that you will see in hospitals, clinics, pharmacies, and so on, to represent healing. Well, the information that I'm sharing with you is to help you to heal yourself. Heal yourself financially. Heal yourself emotionally. Heal yourself psychologically. Free yourself from every form of mental slavery. And stop looking outwardly and look inwardly. That is why they use the clergy and the religious system for you to feel guilt and shame and judgment and condemnation. Because they give you one understanding of masturbation. And they make you think that it is a perversion because they give you one understanding of it. So they keep you on a one-dimensional way of thinking and keep you as a one-dimensional being when you are a multi-dimensional being. Okay? So my brothers and my sisters, use this kind of information to become more aware and become more enlightened, especially whenever you go before a mirror. It is a reflection of yourself. And everything in this world is a reflection of yourself. How much money you make in this world is a reflection of yourself. The house you live, where you live, everything, even what you drive, all these things is a reflection of yourself. But there are people who humble enough, okay, who will satisfy to just drive an ordinary, say, vehicle. But they know how they could get a more luxurious one. You understand? You can become that humble because when you realize how powerful you are and you realize that everything lies within you, you do not have to prove anything to society. You don't want to get too trapped in this body, because when you have all of these different things, okay, all around you, whereby it has gone in a place whereby it is excess, then your money end up now start to buy you misery. Because you have nothing else to purchase with it. Could you imagine a man already have yachts and private jets and so on, and you have nothing else the money could buy? That's a real unhappy man you're talking about. So my brother and my sisters, baptize yourself in the mood, in the feeling, okay? Enjoy yourself. Pleasure yourself. Pleasure yourself is not what they make you to believe. Pleasure in yourself is not what you see on porn with men doing this and so on, and women doing this and playing themselves. Masturbation for manifestation is deeper than what you think. Okay? Someone sent me an email and they only could see one way. I told them, look, these messages that I'm sharing, they're getting over people's head. Okay? Don't make the message get over your head. You have to have fun with this. When it comes to manifestation, have as much fun as possible. Don't look for these things to make you happy. Get happy before these things. Remember, as I come to a close here, if a physical fact can create a psychological state, that is like an anthem to me. I was using it, I will always say it. If a physical fact can create a psychological state, I bet you 100% that a psychological state can create a physical fact. That's why I would have written the book called Your Mood is Your Fortune. Even in the carnal way, when someone is masturbating, they get in a certain mood. And it's a high state. A magical state also. But if they waste the energy, it is because of the ignorance. So when people try to use semen retention and so on, you could only retain for so long. Okay? But you could benefit by retaining, and you could benefit from releasing. So don't be one-track minded. Okay, and that is if you're looking at it from the carnal standpoint. But remember, there's always the carnal mind and the Christ mind. The spiritual mind. When I speak about Christ, I'm not speaking about no entity on the outside. I'm speaking about your Christ consciousness. Knowing who you are and the power that you possess. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on. But I'm just awaiting your comment for more of these, because the more I pour into you, and the more you receive it, okay, and the more you ask, okay, and you recommend for me to speak on certain things, is the more I'll be able to tap in and bring more of this kind of information to you, because this is the kind of information you need to live your life sumptuously. Do you realize when the sun shines and all the trees and the animals, it's a lot of pleasure going on? And the trees, they are pleasuring themselves, being in alignment. When you who's supposed to be higher than the trees and the animals, and the book of mind science tell you that in Matthew 6, when it tell you can get anything that you want, it tell you that. And I think it is in Matthew 7 too, where it tell you that if you ask your father for bread, he wouldn't give you a stone. If you ask him for fish, he wouldn't give you a serpent, and so on. All these symbolic languages are right there, and people are missing it. So my brothers, my sisters, everything is here for you to enjoy and to have fun. So as I was saying, concerning nature, when the sun shines, because everything is in alignment, they bring forth bountifully, and you who have mind and speech are supposed to be higher than the plants, the animals, and so on, and you've been given dominion. You out of alignment, because why? You trade the S-U-N for a S-O-N. And that is why right now with the war that is going on, the Israelis and the system of religion, right now they are harvesting the energy of all the ignorant people in Africa and around the world who believe in secular Christianity and who believe these people are chosen. They're harvesting the energy. When they say pray for Israel and doing this and all of that, and people on the internet argue it between Palestine and these wars are religious wars. Okay? It's for geographical powers too, to control more land, more wealth, and so on, and more influence. Because religion is the most powerful thing there is. And it is very important to keep people in line to religion. It's a way of keeping them in having certain morals and standards and values and so on. Okay? And so, if we live in a society whereby, let's say, the fastest growing religion is Islam, those who are against Islam and who's for Christianity, they would be against that. And if vice versa, if it happened the other way, so there would always be a war, but you win the war in your mind. Okay, that's why I want you to win the war, because you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny, because your own thoughts is creating your reality and creating your personality. Use the mirror principle wisely, correctly, and get the benefit. Okay, so don't just have a mirror in your house for ornament. Use it wisely. So that being said, my brother, my sister, I really want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at BlackMadGuru. And if you would like to get my books, I have about 10 or more books plus gratitude journal for him and for her, where I start out with the affirmation, I'm so happy and grateful now, and you just add the rest. Okay, you can check out the link in my bio, okay, in the description down below. Also, if you like to book a one-on-one with me, you can reach out to me by email, or there's a link down below where you can have a one-on-one with me on an app called Faithia. Okay, it's a more of a religious app, but I teach my spirituality on it. Okay, also, if you're not a part of my Patreon community and like to become a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. And for people donating $20 or more, I have a course that's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So my last encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below, and definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.